Tick season is here, and although Lyme disease isn't the most dominant tick-borne illness across the Okanagan, it is becoming more prevalent. Janet Sperling, president of the Canadian Lyme Disease Foundation, says it's important to check yourself and your animals for ticks after an excursion outside.
We know that there are lots of diseases in ticks. We know that the Lyme disease in the ticks isn't as bad as it is in Nova Scotia. But the most important thing when you're in BC in the spring is you have to recognize you very well might be bitten by a tick.
Sperling says people should specifically watch for smaller ticks.
I'm not quite so panicked when I see the big wood tick, but if you see the Ixodes tick, which is a little bit smaller, then I would be very worried. I would expect the larger wood tick to be very common, and I would expect everybody in the Okanagan to kind of run into at least one or two. But make sure that you take that tick off quickly enough, and you've probably eliminated your problems right there.
If you have been bitten by a tick and suspect you could have Lyme disease, it's important to seek medical help right away.
And you're lucky if you get a rash. But some people don't even pay attention because the rash doesn't necessarily itch, it doesn't necessarily do anything, and you just see this kind of red expanding rash. If you see that, immediately go to the doctor.
Lyme disease often gets undiagnosed for months or even years.
As things go on, you might get arthritis. So maybe the Lyme disease ends up in your joints, and you say, I've got this terrible arthritis in my knee. Sometimes it affects your heart, and then you can have heart problems. And sometimes it goes to your head, and that's when you can start getting some neurological problems.
For more information on Lyme disease, you can visit the link in the story below. For Castanet News, I'm Madison Reeve in Kelowna.